The relationship between Ziyu and Tian Xuning has recently become one of the hottest topics among Chinese drama fans. At first, not many people paid attention to their closeness, especially since Ziyu is known as a quiet person who rarely shows his emotions in public, while Tian Xuning is a cheerful person who always brings positive energy wherever she goes. However, subtle signs have begun to appear recently. These signs have made the public wonder, is what is happening between them truly love that has grown naturally, or is there something pushing, even forcing, Ziyu to feel this way? Since they were paired together in their latest drama project, the intensity of their interactions has increased dramatically. At first, everything seemed professional, just two young actors trying to build chemistry for the sake of quality work. But slowly, their relationship developed into something much more personal and sincere. Many have noticed that Ziyu's gaze has changed. The gaze that was once cold and distant has now become softer when directed at Tian Xuning. Even though it only lasted a few seconds, that small moment was clearly captured by the sharp eyes of fans. Before all this commotion, Ziyu was a very difficult person to approach. He grew up in an environment that demanded premature maturity. Popularity came without him asking for it, and the pressure of the industry slowly caused him to build a thick wall around himself. He kept his distance not because he was arrogant, but because he was afraid of getting hurt. Although he appeared strong, he kept a silence deep in his heart, a silence that made him seem cold, when in fact he was only trying to protect himself. He was used to working alone, used to relying on himself, and used to bottling up all the feelings that arose in his heart. But then came Tian Xuning, a figure who was completely different from him. Tian Xuning was a fresh breeze that never stopped blowing. He is cheerful, warm, and has a habit of paying attention to small details that others often overlook. Even when others see a large wall that cannot be penetrated, Tian Xuning sees a small door that can be knocked on patiently. The initially cold interactions began to turn into small conversations that Ziyu had never imagined before. Without even realizing it, he began to wait for those moments. She began to wait for Tian Xuning's presence, like someone waiting for the sun to rise after a long night. Rumors began to spread. Some said that the agency was forcing them to pretend to be close for promotional purposes. Some thought that fans were overinterpreting their interactions. Others believed that all of this was just part of the marketing strategy for a popular drama. However, those who really observed knew that something was different. There were little things that couldn't be faked. The way Ziyu turned her head when she heard Tian Xuning's voice. The way Tian Xuning looked at Ziyu as if all the noise in the world no longer mattered. The way they gave each other space without needing to say much. All of that was not the result of the production team's construction, nor was it just acting. There was sincerity that couldn't be hidden. The big question that then arose in the public was, who exactly forced Ziyu to feel that love? If it wasn't outsiders, if it wasn't management, if it wasn't fans, then who? The answer turned out to be much more complicated and simple at the same time. No human being forced Ziyu to feel anything. What forced him to feel love was time, closeness, and Tian Xuning's consistent presence. Love grew from unplanned moments, from small laughs that appeared in between takes, from Tian Xuning's thoughtfulness in always bringing Ziyu water after long takes, from small, unheard prayers, from Tian Xuning's courage to remain himself even when he was around someone who was so emotionally intimidating. Love grew when Ziyu began to see that she was not alone. When she realized that there was someone who understood how to touch her heart without breaking it. When she felt a hand that did not pull her forcefully, but offered a gentle grip that made her want to stay. Time created space for those feelings to grow. And that space widened every day. All these changes have made the public even more convinced that their love is not just a rumor. There was a moment when Tian Xuning unconsciously adjusted Ziyu's jacket collar during an interview. There was a situation when Ziyu, who usually keeps her distance, stood a little closer than usual when she was next to Tian Xuning. There was even a short video showing Ziyu smiling slightly, a smile that is rarely seen, when Tian Xuning called her name. That smile was not a fake smile. It was the smile of someone who felt like they had come home. Of course, there are many who want to argue otherwise. Some say that the fans are getting too excited. Some say that it's all part of a joint promotion. But those arguments easily crumble when faced with one reality. Ziyu is not the type of person who easily lets himself appear weak or open unless he truly trusts someone. Tian Xuning did not force him to change. The outside world did not force him to fall in love. What forced those feelings to emerge was his own heart, which finally gave in after trying to hold on for too long. There was no plan. There was no strategy. There was no pressure. Only a heart that found someone worthy of staying with. And precisely because of that, this love felt much more real, more sincere, more beautiful, because it was not born out of anyone's coercion, but from the meeting of two souls who found each other amid the harshness of the entertainment world. From two hearts that had previously been wandering aimlessly, then collided at the right moment. From a simple story that turned into something deep without them realizing it. From feelings that were not asked for, but instead became the greatest gift for both of them. In the end, no one forced Ziyu to feel that love for Tian Xuning. That love grew on its own, at its own pace, with honesty that was too obvious to hide. And perhaps, for the first time in her life, Ziyu didn't want to fight it. And that's what made this love look, sound, and feel so real. So, is it true that someone forced you to fall in love with Tian Xuning? Or did it all just happen naturally, without anyone forcing it, simply because two hearts finally found each other? Whatever the answer, one thing is now clear. The feelings they show are no longer just rumors, but something that feels so real. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting stories. See you in the next video.